All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, Friday, June 23rd, 2023. Hope everybody's having a great day. Got a pretty good. We got a big slate of baseball games today. We're gonna talk a little bit of UFC fight night for tomorrow night. So we got quite a bit going on here in the here today in the sports. Like I said, a bunch of baseball games. I think there's 14 or 15 baseball games a day, and all of them are evening games, not a whole lot of day games a day like there was yesterday. But no, I hope everybody's having a great Friday. I had NBA draft last night. I loved what my Indiana Pacers done. I thought we had a solid draft. Thought the draft went pretty much like we thought. There was a few guys I thought fell back that surprised me. Whitmore falling back to Houston really back in the 20s, really at 20 or 21 really surprised me. And then Trace Jackson Davis not going to number 57 there real late in the second round really surprised me. I thought he'd be a late first round pick, maybe early second. Sanogo from UConn not getting drafted. He ended up getting picked up by the Chicago Bulls as an undrafted free agent. Right after the draft, but him not getting drafted surprised me. Drew Timley not going into the draft surprised me as well. I thought he would. I really thought he would go in that first round, late first round, early second. Him not getting drafted at all kind of surprised me. But no, it was a pretty good draft. I enjoyed watching it. Pretty much watched all of it. And I usually don't watch all the draft. I usually just kind of watch Pacers maybe first couple picks and then move on. But there was no Reds game last night, so I went ahead and stayed with the NBA draft, checked it out, and I enjoyed it. All right, let's see what we got going on here. We'll get ready to jump right into into some games here in just a second. Let's see, Jay says. Glenn says, lost to get to for sure. Jay says, who do you think missed the boat last night, and who do you think won the draft? I think if I had to pick a team that might have missed the boat, I would probably go with Charlotte just because I think Scoot Henderson would have been a better pick there than Brandon Miller. Even though in our mock draft that we done on Unscripted, we just done the first 5 picks last night. I was 5 for 5. I had Miller going second, but that was just because the things I heard and going by the odds at the sports books, because early in the day, or actually on Thursday, Brandon Miller was a big favorite to be number 2 pick, and then early yesterday morning it went to like minus 360 that Scoot Henderson was going to be the number 2 pick, and then like an hour to 30 minutes before the draft last night it flipped again, and Brandon Miller became like a minus 360 favorite to be the number 2 pick. So I ended up actually switching on my mock, but Charlotte, that pick kind of surprised me. So if I had to say somebody that missed, I'd go with them. I really loved what the Pacers done. I know they've been getting a good grade from the so-called experts and everything, and a lot of people that rank like the whole draft had them at like having the sixth best night. I liked what the Warriors done. I thought the guys that they brought in, getting Trace Jackson Davis at pick 57, I think is a steal. I thought Houston had a good night. Washington Wizards. I thought Washington done pretty good in the draft with all the different trades that they made, and then getting in the draft and some of the guys they took. I thought Washington had a good night. But no, it was like I said, it was a fun draft to watch. Now we're getting close to the NFL. I think we only have like 75, 80 days before first regular season game in the NFL. So getting closer to it, ready for football to come back. Right now we're in the middle of baseball season. My Cincinnati Reds are on an 11 game win streak. Play the red hot Atlanta Braves tonight, who are on an 8-game win streak. So two of the hottest teams in baseball going at it this evening. Looking forward to that. Got a lot of good baseball matchups this weekend. You have the Arizona Diamondbacks starting a series with the San Francisco Giants. Giants just had their winning streak broke last night. So, I mean, you also have the Rangers and the Yankees starting a series today as well. There was another good. There's some other good series too. I forget who the Astros. Oh, Mariners and Orioles could be another good series. So we got a lot of good baseball this weekend to be watching. Don't forget, real quick, before we jump into today's slate of games, tomorrow, Saturday, June 24th, we'll be live streaming 2 pro wrestling shows live from the Hancock County Fair in Greenfield, Indiana. It's Summit Pro Elephant Ears and Elbow Drops. First show's at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Second show's at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. You can find both those shows live on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter at GonzoSportsRoom and at the ASAP Sports Network. So please come join us for those tomorrow. And then on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, we will be with Warrior Pro at WPW 21. Live from Danville, Indiana. And you can also find that live on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room and at the ASAP Sports Network. So please come check that out tomorrow. Also, if you're watching, please like, subscribe, comment, or like, comment, and share on this video. We'd greatly appreciate it. It helps us out. So if you could do that for us, we'd greatly appreciate that. All right, we'll get ready to jump right into these baseball games. And like I said, I'll give out my picks for the UFC Fight Night that takes place tomorrow. Actually, I think it starts tomorrow afternoon. It starts a little earlier than normal. All right, I'll get these odds pulled up and we'll jump right into it. We'll start in baseball. I got a few picks today in baseball. The first game I like in baseball, it starts at 6:41 p.m. Eastern tonight. It's going to be the Atlanta Braves at the Cincinnati Reds. The Braves are 1.5 run favorites, minus 154 on the money line. The Reds are plus 130 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 11 runs. The Braves are 48-26 on the season, 24-11 on the road. They will have Smith Sheaver on the mound tonight. He is 1-0 with a 2.05 or 3 ERA. The Braves are 5-0 over their last 5 games. They're actually on an 8-game win streak. They are hitting .268 as a team on the season and have a 3.69 team ERA. Hey, how's it going, Dylan? Thanks for the support in here. Got Glenn joining us as always. It says Reds just announced it's a sellout. I figured that they'd be pretty close to a sellout for this weekend because, like I said, they were having big crowds during the week, and especially for a day game on Wednesday that started at 12:35 Eastern time. They had a lot of fans there, and that's rare to have that many fans at a Reds game during the week, during the day. So I figured that this Brave series is going to be close to a sellout. It's good to hear that tonight's game is a sellout. But the Reds are 40-35 on the season, 20-18 at home. They will have Weaver on the mound tonight, who is 1-2 with a 6.47 ERA. The Reds are 5-0 over the last 5 games. They are on an 11-game winning streak, longest win streak in 66 years for the Cincinnati Reds. They are hitting 256 as a team on the season and have a 4.86 team ERA. I like the Reds at the +1.5 in this game. The Braves are 28-36 as a favorite on the run line, and the Reds are 37-20 as an underdog on the run line. So I'm going to take the Reds on the run line at the +1.5. Next game on the schedule for tonight is the Pittsburgh Pirates at the Miami Marlins. The Marlins that game starts at 6:41 p.m. Eastern time. The Marlins are 1.5 run favorites. They are -215 on the money line. The Pirates are +180 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 7.5 runs. Excuse me. This excuse me. This is a game that I'm not giving out. Wait. Excuse me. This is one of the games I'm giving out as a pick. So Pirates are 34-40 on the season. 16-21 on the road. They will have Ortiz on the mound tonight, who is 1-3 with a 4.30 ERA. The Pirates are 0-5 over the last 5 games. They are hitting .239 as a team on the season with a 4.59 team ERA. The Marlins are 43-33 on the season, 23-15 at home. They will have Luzardo on the mound tonight, who is 6-5 with a 4.09 ERA. The Marlins are 3-2 over their last 5 games. They are hitting .260 as a team on the season and have a 4.06 team ERA. I like the Marlins on the money line here against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Next game, Kansas City Royals at the Tampa Bay Rays. This game starts at 6:41 p.m. Eastern time tonight as well. The Rays are 1.5 run favorites, -270 on the money line. The Royals are +220 on the money line. Over under for this game is at 8 runs. The Royals are 21-54 on the season, 11-26 on the road. They will have Greinke on the mound tonight, who is 1-7 with a 4.81 ERA. The Royals are 2-3 over their last 5 games. They're hitting .233 as a team on the season with a 5.17 team ERA on the season. The Rays are 52-26 on the season, 32-9 at home. They've been the best team in baseball this year so far. They will have Eflin on the mound tonight, who is 8-3 with a 3.26 ERA. The Rays are 1-4 over their last 5 games, though. They haven't been in a little rough patch the last 5. They're hitting .264 as a team on the season with a 3.57 team ERA. I like the Rays here at the -1.5 on the run line. The Royals are 24-37 as underdogs on the run line. The Rays are 36-32 as a favorite on the run line. The Rays are the better ball team here. I know they have struggled a little bit over the last 5 games, but the Royals have been up and down, but they have not been a good team this year, especially on the road. So I like the Rays at the -1.5. All right, next game tonight is the Minnesota Twins at the Detroit Tigers. This game starts at 6:41 p.m. Eastern time as well. The Twins are 1.5 run favorites, -130 on the money line. The Tigers are +110 on the money line. Over-unders at 9 runs. This isn't a game I'm giving out a pick for today. I would favor the Twins in this game, but this is one I decided not to go with for today. Next game on the slate, New York Mets at the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies are 1.5 run favorites, -120 on the money line. The Mets are +102 on the money line. Over-unders at 9.5 runs. This game starts at 7:06 p.m. Eastern time. I favor the Phillies in this game. Mets have really been struggling. Mets have been a disappointing team this year. But again, this isn't a game I'm going to give out as one of my picks of the day. Then you have the Texas Rangers at the New York Yankees. This game starts at 7:06 p.m. Eastern time as well. The Rangers are 1.5 run favorites. They're minus 112 on the money line. The Yankees are minus 104 on the money line. Over-unders at 8.5 runs. The Rangers are 46-28 on the season, 22-15 on the road. They will have Dunning on the mound tonight, who is 6-1 on the season with a 2.78 ERA. The Rangers are 4-1 over their last 5 games. They're hitting 272 as a team on the season with a 3.79 team ERA. The Yankees are 41-34 on the season, 23-18 at home. They will have Schmidt on the mound tonight, who is 2-6 with a 4.65 ERA. Yankees are 2-3 over their last 5 games. They're hitting 229 as a team and have a 3.76 team ERA. I like the Texas Rangers here on the money line at the minus 112. Next game starts at 7:06 p.m. Eastern Time. The Seattle Mariners at the Baltimore Orioles. The Mariners are 1.5 run favorites. They're minus 116 on the money line. The Orioles are minus 102 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 8.5 runs. The Mariners are 36-37 on the season, 15-20 at home. Or 15-20 on the road. My bad. The Mariners, Gilbert will be on the mound tonight for the Mariners. He is 4-4 with a 4.31 ERA. Mariners are 2-3 over their last 5 games, hitting 227 as a team with a 3.85 ERA, team ERA. The Orioles are 45-28 as a team on the season, 22-13 at home. On the mound for the Orioles is Gibson, who is 8-4 with a 3.94 ERA. Baltimore is 2-3 over their last 5 games. They're hitting 254 as a team on the season with a 4.20 ERA. Baltimore has played well all season. They play good at home as well. The Mariners have been a disappointing team to me. The way they finished the season and looked in the playoffs last year, I really thought they were going to get off to a better start to the season this year. They're hitting under 230 as a team. Their pitching staff's been good, but they struggle to score runs. I like the Baltimore Orioles here at the plus 1.5 on the run line. All right, next game will be the Oakland Athletics at the Toronto Blue Jays. This game starts at 7:08 p.m. Eastern Time, with the Blue Jays being a 1.5 run favorite, minus 310 on the money line. Oakland is plus 250 on the money line. Over-unders at 9 runs. This is a game that I'm staying away from. I'm not giving a pick out for this game. I would favor the Blue Jays at the minus 1.5. Then you have the Milwaukee Brewers at the Cleveland Guardians. This game starts at 7:11 p.m. Eastern Time. Some weird start times, but the Guardians are 1.5 run favorites. They're minus 136 on the money line. Brewers are plus 116 on the money line. Over-unders at 7.5. You have Wade Miley on the mound for the Brewers. You have Shane Bieber on the mound for the Guardians. I would actually favor, this isn't a game I'm giving out as a pick of the day, but I would favor the Brewers here at the plus 1.5 on the run line with Miley on the mound. Guardians have been playing well, but Brewers aren't a bad team. They can struggle to score runs, but that's a good pitching matchup with Miley and Bieber. All right, next game would be the Boston Red Sox at the Chicago White Sox. This game starts at 8:11 p.m. Eastern Time. The Red Sox are 1.5 run favorites. They're minus 116 on the money line. White Sox are minus 102 on the money line. Over-unders at 8.5 runs. You have Bello on the mound tonight for the Red Sox. Giolito on the mound for the White Sox. Again, this isn't one I'm giving out as my pick of the day, but I would favor the Boston Red Sox here at the minus 116 on the money line. Then you have the Los Angeles Angels at the Colorado Rockies. This game starts at 8:41 p.m. Eastern Time, with the Angels being 1.5 run favorites, minus 156 on the money line. The Rockies are plus 132 on the money line. Over under for this game would be set at 11.5 runs. I favor the Angels here. The Rockies are a better team at home than they are on the road, but I'd favor the Angels on the money line at the minus 156. Again, it's another game I'm not giving out as one of my picks of the day. You have the Nationals at the Padres. This game starts at 9:41 p.m. Eastern Time, with the Padres being 1.5 run favorites at home, minus 290 on the money line. Nationals are plus 235 on the money line. Over under is at 8.5 runs. I would favor the Nationals at the plus 1.5 here. The Padres have been a disappointing team. They're barely hitting 230 as a team with all the talent they have on that team. So I like the Nationals here at the plus 1.5 is what I'd favor. Not a game I'm giving out as a pick of the day. Then you have the Houston Astros at the Los Angeles Dodgers. This game starts at 10:11 p.m. Eastern Time, with the Dodgers being 1.5 run favorites at home, minus 144 on the money line. Astros are plus 122 on the money line. Over under is at 8.5 runs. You have France on the mound for the Astros. Sheehan on the mound for the Dodgers. I would favor the Dodgers here on the money line at the minus 144 being at home. But this is a game, again, that's not one of my picks of the days. Then the last game of the night, Arizona Diamondbacks at the San Francisco Giants. The San Francisco Giants are 1.5 run favorites at home, minus 184 on the money line. The Diamondbacks are plus 154 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 8 runs. The Diamondbacks are 46-30 on the season, 23-12 on the road. They will have Davies on the mound, who is 1-3 with a 7.11 ERA. The Diamondbacks are 3-2 over their last 5 games. They're hitting .264 as a team on the season, with a 4.38 team ERA. The Giants are 42-33 on the season, 21-18 at home. On the mound for the Giants is Webb, who is 6-6 with a 3.11 ERA. Giants are 4-1 over their last 5 games. They were on a 7-game win streak. A 10-game win streak, and they got snapped last night. They're hitting .252 as a team on the season. They have a 3.89 team ERA. But I like the Arizona Diamondbacks in this game at the plus 1.5 on the run line. Both these teams are playing good baseball. Should be a real good series this weekend. But I'm going to go with the Diamondbacks at the plus 1.5. So my picks for Major League Baseball tonight, my picks of the day, I'm going with the Cincinnati Reds at the plus 1.5. Tampa Bay Rays minus 1.5. Miami Marlins money line. Baltimore Orioles plus 1.5. Texas Rangers money line, and the Arizona Diamondbacks at the plus 1.5. That's going to be my 6 picks for Major League Baseball today. My picks are 358 and 294 on the year. So hopefully we can keep going in a good direction here. Like I said, got a big slate of baseball games. All right, that's cool, Glenn. That'd be cool to go check out that AJ Foyt movie. Should be a pretty good experience. Okay, Don says, "What's your bets for baseball game or baseball again?" My picks for baseball day: Reds plus 1.5, Tampa Bay Rays minus 1.5, the Miami Marlins on the money line, Baltimore Orioles plus 1.5, Texas Rangers money line, and then the Arizona Diamondbacks at the plus 1.5. That'd be my picks for Major League Baseball for today. Yeah, the main reason I'm taking the Rangers over the Yankees is one, the Yankees burned me yesterday, but two, Yankees without Judge, they struggled to score runs. So they've been a little up and down. Rangers have been on a roll so right here, won 4 of their last 5, where the Yankees are 2-3 over the last 5, and the Yankees are only hitting 229 as a team, where the Rangers are hitting 272 as a team on the season. Now, both teams' team ERAs are about the same, with the Rangers at 3.79. Yankees are at 3.76. Their pitching staffs have been pretty close, but the Rangers are the better hitting team. And the Rangers have a pretty good record at 22-15 on the road. So it's not like they fall off a lot on the road from home. So that's why I decided to go with the Texas Rangers in that game. All right, now we'll move over to UFC. Got UFC Fight Night tomorrow night, with the main event being Emmett against Tapira. I got some picks for the main card fights here. Let me get those odds pulled up real quick, and we'll jump into that. All right, for the main card for UFC, which starts at Saturday at 3:15 p.m. is when they have the main card starting. So that means the prelims must start around noon. First fight of the main card, you have Brendan Allen versus Bruno Silva. Allen is a minus 196 favorite. Silva is a plus 164 underdog. I like Allen at the minus 196 on the money line. In the second fight of the main card, you have David Onama versus Gabriel Santos. Onama is a plus 188 underdog. Santos is a minus 225 favorite. I like the underdog Onama at the plus 188. Then you're going to have Austin Lane versus Justin Taffa. Lane is a plus 146 underdog. Taffa is a minus 180 favorite. This is going to be two big guys going at it. I'm going to go with Taffa at the minus 180 on the money line. Then in the co-main event, you have Amanda Ribas against Macy Barber. Ribas is a minus 210 favorite. Barber is a plus 168 underdog. I like Ribas at the minus 210. I just think Ribas is going to be too much for Barber. And then in the main event, you have Ila Tapira against Josh Emmett. Tapira is a minus 355 favorite. You have Emmett at plus 270 underdog. I don't think Emmett's going to have enough here. I think Tapira is going to win this fight. Emmett is 18-3. Tapira is 13-0. Emmett has 10 wins by decision, 6 wins by knockout, 2 wins by submission. Tapira has 1 win by decision, 8 wins by submission, 4 wins by knockout. So I could see this fight ended by finish. If you'd want to take Tapira to win by finish, I'll see what the odds are on that. But I think Tapira is going to be able to get takedowns in this fight. I think Emmett's best chance of winning this fight is keep on his feet, and hopefully he can land one of his powerful blows and hurt Tapira. But Tapira is not a bad striker by any means. Has good grappling, good jiu-jitsu as well. Pretty well-rounded fighter. So I like Tapira here. Like I say, he's minus 355 on the money line. You can do, let's see, you can do double chance here on FanDuel, and you can take Tapira to win by knockout, TKO, or submission at minus 250. If you like him to win by finish, that'd be a way to go. Gets a little bit better odds, but I like Ilia Tapira here to win this fight. So my picks for the main card of the UFC: Tapira, Ribas, Taffa, Onama, and Allen. That's going to be my picks for the UFC main card. Good. All right. Appreciate everybody joining us today. Please like, share, comment on the videos. That really helps us out a lot. We greatly appreciate it. Also, don't forget, tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern, we'll be live with GSR GonzoSportsRoom. We'll be recapping the NBA draft. We'll talk some UFC. We'll talk some Major League Baseball, some NFL offseason news. So join us tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern on the ASAP Sports Network and at Gonzo Sports Room for GSR Gonzo Sports Room. Also, don't forget tomorrow, 3:30 and 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we'll be live from the Hancock County Fair in Greenfield, Indiana, with Summit Pro Wrestling, Elbow Drops, and Elephant Ears. They have two shows, one at 3:30, one at 7:30. We'll be live streaming both of them on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter at Gonzo Sports Room and at the ASAP Sports Network. So come join us for that tomorrow. Then on Sunday, we'll be in Danville, Indiana at Warrior Pro Wrestling 21. That starts at 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll be live there streaming that show on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter at Gonzo Sports Room and at the ASAP Sports Network. So make sure you join us this weekend if you're a pro wrestling fan for a weekend of live wrestling. Also, don't forget you can find Easy Money, a sports betting show in podcast form, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Please rate and review, like and subscribe, download on there. We'd greatly appreciate that as well. But I hope everybody has a great weekend. To recap real quick, my picks in Major League Baseball: Reds plus 1.5, Rays minus 1.5, the Marlins money line, the Orioles plus 1.5, Rangers money line, and the Arizona Diamondbacks at the plus 1.5. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Thanks for joining us. Like I said, don't forget tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern, we'll be live, GSR Gonzo Sports Room. Come join us for that. Hope everybody has a great weekend, and we will see you guys on Monday with another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show.